So we're going to have another interesting game. It is going to be a PvT. Hope you're all enjoying this matchup between mGG and TCP. And of course it is best of 9, so first to 5 wins the game. Oops, wrong scene, there you go. Okay. Going to be on Ohana. Once our Terran player loads. No problems, Nemesis. It's all good fun. Speaking of fun, up at the top left-hand side in the red as our Protoss player. He's on a bit of a streak at the moment. It is 2 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. It is mGG's Alpha. And his opponent down in the bottom right-hand side as the blue Terran trying to pick up another win for TCP. Is he going to be able to even it up, or is he going to fall down to this mighty Protoss player? It is TCP's NeoESXns. What? Oh yeah, I have to change the nameplate. I'll do that in a sec. We're gonna call this. Can I call him Neo? Because that's a little bit easier. NeoESXns. Oh, okay, I get it. That's funny. Ah. There you go. Alright, updated the nameplates. Thank you, Nemesis. Xenos. Xenos? Xenos? I don't know, man. Either way, got some probe harassment here from Alpha. He actually takes a kill. This guy is already sitting at 1 supply. He's still 1 kill. He's a disciple at the moment. That particle beam, the little taser that the probes shoot out, is doing a little bit of work there, which is quite nice. Looks as if Alpha is going to get a gateway and a gas up, assuming he's going to go for a 1-gate expand. But while he's doing that, look at this probe here. Bit of a Huck Norris probe there, doing a little bit of damage and even getting this second SCV as well. So he's going to head way back inside and try and see if he can cap this this SCV as well. And there you go. It's going to run through, but NeoESXns, we're calling him Neo, I've decided, is just going to continue on. It looks as if it will be a 1-Rax expand. Of course, going to just continue on with the standard sort of play that we've been seeing, unless your name is Muix or Storms. Those dudes loving a bit of non-standard play, which is a bit of fun to see. And he's going to see just that standard sort of stuff is coming out. Of course, the 1 gas is being mined from at the moment. And then only the 1 gate, and did see that the cyber is down. So it's not going to be a super fast early Nexus at all. But it is definitely going to be a 1-gate expand build, at least from what we can see right now. So we'll obviously be able to confirm that in a second. A little bit of a misplacement here on the supply depot, I am quite sure. I'm pretty sure that's misplaced. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but I don't know. Who knows? But it looks like he's going to do a little bit of a similar style to the way Fender trying to expand with the racks at the wall. Of course, the supply depot trying to wall off the whole thing there. Very quick command center just after it, and then another racks as well. So a Zealot and a probe going to try and run in here, do a little bit of damage. Perhaps if the probe can get some shots off on that SCV, he does. Very nicely done. And now it looks as if the Zealot's going to actually get inside and do some more damage in here as well. The Marines cannot really kite against one Zealot like this, but with some SCV help, he should be able to push it all the way back out. But a second one is here, so are things going to get a little bit dicey here for NeoESXns? Looks as if it won't. He should be able to deal with this last remaining Zealot. Does take a few more worker kills there, and it looks as if one Stalker is going to try and finish off one of the SCVs, but does pull it back just in time. So really putting on a lot of harassment there is Alpha, and behind all of this, instead of picking up a couple of extra gates, he knows his opponent's a little bit on the back foot right now, so he's going to grab a very quick robo facility, and that means that he's going to be able to tech up very quickly. So, Double gas being grabbed here by Neo, and he's going to get that gas coming in, of course. Triple Rack's going to be able to pick up quite a few of those Marines to make sure he's defended against any possible incursions at the front, and now has taken his natural, which means he'll be able to continue on with some really nice mining. So I've seen Alpha do some really greedy builds, some like really quick Nexus kind of stuff. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't see that from him this time, but he is putting on quite a lot of pressure. So I mean, it's you know, it's kind of a lot to put down a very quick Nexus, then try and pressure behind it. But he does have 3 Stalkers out. He's going to be able to keep an eye on what's going on inside his opponent's base. Neo at the moment has gotten a second bunker just on the way. That's around about halfway done. And he's going to be able to just try and make sure that he's got optimal defense against any possible attacks that might come out from Alpha. And Alpha will be able to scout out what's going on very soon with that very quick observer. To Daedalus, yes, this is best of 9, all kill. 'Tis indeed. And the Stalker's going to retreat home for the time being. Gas number 3 picked up for Alpha. Just going to continue on with the macro at this stage. It looks as if the work count, of course, favouring the Protoss just at this very early stage. He's up to 31 workers right now, 28 harvesters for our blue Terran NeoESXns. And yeah, so obviously evening that out with the mules, of course, helping out with that mining, bringing in a little bit extra per trip, always good. And of course, not overtaking one of the SCVs, which is really nice as well. So I'm thinking we're going to see a bio style, just given the fact that Neo has gotten a double reactor on both of his racks up, along with the tech lab getting the stim done as well, and the fact that we're going to have a starport here as well. So I think we're going to see at standard sort of 11-minute timing coming out of the Terran player. Of course, you'll see a few Marines and a couple of Marauders as well, along with double medevacs, and that means that you can do some possible drops as well. And of course, Ohana is very susceptible to drops as well, because you've got multiple attack paths that can come in from the medevacs. They can come in through the sides here, through the sort of bottom section, the southern section of the base. It's very annoying to try and deal with this kind of stuff. And of course, if you really want to get nice and tricky, you can also come in from the back and try and do some medevac drops through the back here. Or if you want to get all the way over the place, you can come all the way around the back and just try and drop in the back somewhere down in this little area here. But not too many people do that one. That's a little bit it's a little bit daring sometimes to try and pull something like that off. But there is a probe just getting a little bit of scouting done. It did put down a proxy pylon across to the right side of the map. This very expensive observer will be able to catch out the proxy pylon here. He does see it. But here we go. It does look like a couple of Immortals are out. We got some sentries as well. It looks like Alpha is going to try and catch out his opponent in the middle of the map, just given the fact that he's moved all the way out to the watchtower. He doesn't want the forces to just suddenly arrive at his front door. He wants to bring the fight to them, and he is going to push all the way up. There is that scouting SCV that might try and catch out the units, but Alpha should be aware this is coming. Whoa, my mouse is going crazy. There we are. And this could be very interesting, because the Marines are going to get caught out here, singling some of them out. A couple of good force fields there, helping catch a few of them, but in the end, only catching some of those forces, but some is better than none. And that is going to be a nice little catch right in the middle of the map there for Alpha. But meanwhile, he's got a Warp Prism, going to drop in some Zealots inside his opponent's main mineral line, and there is another battle going on right in the middle. The Immortal, taking the full front of all of those hits, is trying to mow down some of those Marines, and does do a good job of dealing with that. And then micro back, beautiful micro there from Alpha. The Warp Prism inside the main has dropped down the Zealots, and the SCVs are being pulled because he is in quite a lot of trouble right now. And what is our Terran player going to do? Neo brings in a few of those Marines. They're going to tank some of the damage. The Marauder goes down, and the last little Zealot does get removed as well. So things have now definitely switched into Alpha's favor right about now, because he's got the Forge going up. We've got a total of 5 gates, although it's sort of 4.5 right now. There you go. Peeling off that extra little bit for the warp gate, and is now going to pick up a couple more Zealots. Going to continue on with the pressure. Some Stalkers in the middle of the map, going to have to join up with the rest of their teammates out in the middle section. And this is going to be very deadly for NeoESXns to deal with. because this attack is going to come in. Here comes the drop, the Warp Prism, bringing in 4 of those Zealots, going to try and let them loose on the map before they get shot down by the Marines. And the Marines, a little bit of stim micro here, very cute stuff there from Neo, and he does kill most of the Zealots, but there are still Zealots inside the front, doing a lot of damage, and here comes the attack inside the main, into the natural. There he goes, blocking off the ramp. Those Marines will be able to slip through because they went to Jenny Craig and lost quite a lot of weight, but at what cost? The natural, now a foregone conclusion that is definitely dead. One of the racks will also be gone as well. Perhaps that second one, no, I don't think there's enough there. But a couple of, whoa, there's a big contingent of SCVs that were stuck down here as well. He's going to try and airlift them out. This is like that movie We Were Soldiers or something where they're trying to just lift everybody out before they all die. And the Protoss is just wreaking absolute havoc here. The medevac goes down. They had some of the SCVs in it. He doesn't really have high ground vision. Actually, yes, he does. There is an observer just to the side there. May need to bring that across, but here it comes. The big pull. Does he get it off? No, he doesn't. Marines and Marauders. This is all sorts of trouble right here, right now for NeoESXns, and TCP may be on the verge of losing another game here, which could put them at match point, which means that Alpha may be able to take this set, but it looks like he is going to go a little bit of... no, is he going to bit by bit? He is. He's going to bit by bit. Of course, these are Space Marines. These are the mighty Space Marines. They have +1 on their weapons. They've got stim. They've got combat shields. And they will have the specialty combat shields of SCVs tanking for them. So this could be a little bit of an interesting attack. This is going to come down to how much micro Alpha can throw at this. Of course, you'll want to make sure those Zealots are at the front. You want to get that one Immortal that's remaining to try and pick off the one Marauder that's there as well. And then you can be in a very nice spot. But here he comes. Stim is on. The game is on right about now. Oh, there is a Colossus. Game over. And there's some force fields. Nicely done. And there is the GG. So Alpha taking number 3 of his games in a row. We are now sitting at a 4-2 lead for mGG right now. TCP in a bit of trouble. They're going to have to bring out one of their big guns if they want to fight this back, because it is match point right now for mGG.